10,000 strong, 10,000 left, 10,000 embers, but we're not dead yet. Burning low, not burning out, burning slowly through the dark. For super Earth will soon ignite, pushing through the endless night. They say we're fading, they say we're done, but every ember is a blazing sun. Burning low, not burning out, burning slowly through the dark. For super Earth will soon ignite, pushing through the endless night.
If there are two words that sum up the Helldiver Corps, it is resolute defiance, or possibly excessive violence. Some dissident rebels like to claim that the regime of Super Earth is on its way out, that we're slowly fading to the automaton collective and terminated swarm. But I like to think that life is like a long tunnel. Even if you find yourself in darkness, just keep moving forward, and eventually you'll find yourself in a better place. And for our enemies, that light at the end of their tunnel might just be an exceptionally annoyed Helldiver with a Flam 40 flamethrower ready to turn the recipes back into extra crispy. That moving piece was Embers of Liberty by the Endless Taverns team, trying for a more classic acoustic guitar sound, which I am absolutely digging. It's the kind of thing you could see a Democratic Youth Scout counselor singing around a campfire during a hike deep into the wilds of Angel's Venture, filling the minds of their chargers with stories and legends and shaping the Helldivers of tomorrow. Good morning, Helldivers! Just so you know, my ship is just fine. No bug-gut-soaked Helldivers made it to the Bringer of Mercy, which was perhaps a little paranoid of me. There are nearly a dozen jumps between the TQZ and New Haven, located in the innermost interior directly adjacent to Super Earth, and said guts would likely dry out and start decomposing into 710 well before arriving. There's also just the fact that going to that length to vandalize a democracy officer's ship would definitely be considered sabotage and treason, and we know precisely how this loyalty is rewarded, don't we? In other news, not much has happened. Gakroach is still putting up a really nasty fight. Seriously, the bugs down there are miffed, and they are swarming across the whole of the planet in response to the Liberation Fleet's activities, which also creates rather large gatherings that makes easy targets for getting sniped out of existence by 380mm gunners partaking in pleasant mornings of casual button pushing over their morning coffee. As far as the Western Front goes, there is a similar lack of going on there. Azure Pass continues to lose, but Vega Bay, Virilia 5, Vandalon 4, and Wasta are making slow gains as the bots are unable to replace their losses. Astatu's gains are so incredibly slow that I have pondered whether or not to put it in the no change category of my galactic stats listing. The last estimate I've seen in regards to Astatu puts its victory ETA at 1 month, 12 days from now, and the odds of Super Earth going that long undisturbed are extremely low. So, in light of lack of other things to talk about happening today, I'm going to shift the show over to a stance of education and information. Know your foe. Helpful tips on how to bring in a greater terminated body count for the Major Order, which is just under halfway completed with 3 days left on the clock. It is well known that shield backpacks protect one from a myriad of unpleasant conditions, hunter venom, and bile titan vomit-related slows, for instance. But did you know it will also shield you from accidentally igniting yourself with your own flamethrower so long as the barrier is intact? Said barrier is also fireproof, meaning it won't erupt into flames and take damage over time itself if you set one pinky toe into a patch of flames. You wanted flame-resistant armor? This is how you get it. A flame diver with a shield backpack can get away with significantly riskier behavior than one going without, and will not be immediately punished for the crime of trying to advance toward the enemy while holding down the trigger on their fiery super soaker. It's also probably a good idea to pack a bit of extra protection protection because how close one needs to get with said flamethrower, and terminids tend to be pretty bitey if you infringe on their personal space. Bile spewers, providing a previous hard counter to flame divers, can be tanked and incinerated with far less risk using this method. Combine this with butcher armor, providing heavy armor, 2 extra stims, and boosted stim effect duration, and you will be very tanky indeed. It's just a shame that the gas mask helmet's color scheme does not match the butcher armor at all. But I imagine it's kind of hard for neon yellow to match anything. Seriously, what was the Ministry thinking when they decided on the helmet's paint scheme? That's been Liberty's Latest with me, Pondera, the Radio Angel. Today looked to see me finally return to my Super Destroyer, which is somewhat sad, even if my efforts today do succeed, because all it will accomplish is putting me back to work and taking me away from my lovely wife. Though it might save my life from her cats, who we pinned down and brushed the mats out of their fur recently. If they weren't plotting my violent and bloody demise before, they definitely are now. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.